Aeronautical and from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering in Chandigarh. So tech tech talk concept is on blockchain-based dynamic spectrum sharing for 6G UIOT networks, and it's a topic under DBMS, database management systems. And let's get started. So why do we need a blockchain-based DSS? Where DSS is nothing but the dynamic spectrum sharing. So there is one thing that DSS is a technology or is a antenna, as they claim in research papers, that this antenna is this signal is capable of including both the wave pulses of LTE and NR, where NR is the new radio. So LTE um, is a very speed or a high speed data transfer protocol, and NR, and these two signals, the NR and the LTE, are combined in a single signal where there will be two pulses. And so in blockchain, instead of data packets, which is been happening now also, where the data has been sent in the form of a packet, which is known as quanta, which is uh, completely different from this thing, quanta and quantum, which is on chemistry. So instead of data packets, over here we'll be transporting data in the form of a blockchain, or the data will be stored in a block, and that block will be transmitted, and a collection of blocks will form a blockchain where the proof of the future block will be present in the current newly generated block. So sending data, and why blockchain is because it's secure and robust and proofreaded. It's proofreaded because the future or the data which has been sent will be kept in track of the previous block. So, and it is robust where you cannot breach the data or disrupt the data, and it is secure because of its robustness. So how can we achieve this? So any kind of transmission, any kind of data transfer, it can be anything verbal, or coming to electronics, how uh, two electronic devices will communicate with each other. It can be anything, two computers or two microcontrollers. Uh, these all devices and even humans need three main stages of data transfer. One is transponder, and other is the medium, and the next is the receiver. So transponder, what exactly is a transponder? So transponder is something which will convert the digital signal, or in this case it's a digital signal that will be converted into an analog signal or a wave signal. It can also be called as analog because it got a crest and troughs. So this with, and after, before transponder, there can be a process or a stage which can be called as encoding. So encoding or encrypting, where encrypting is where the data is changed completely, where to decrypt the data we need a key. In case of SHA-256, we need a key. So uh, before transponder transponding the wave signals, uh, the data may be encrypted or encoded into one form to another form. It will be encoded for sure by the transponder itself, and then a medium is required. And for radio wave signals, we use air as a medium because air consists of molecules, and molecules do transfer energy. So radio waves emit the, I mean, transponder will emit that energy into space. Space over here is nothing but the air which is there, the empty area or sky, you can see. So these radio waves will travel through the medium, and receiver will receive it. If there is any disturbance in the received data, it will check its status bits, or there are few kind of technologies or bits which will keep in track of the emitted data, uh, just for checking how pure the data is. So the receiver will decrypt it or decode it. Well, receiver itself will decode it, the data, and if the data has been encrypted, the decrypt uh, at the decryption stage, there will be the keys which are required to decrypt the data, and the decryptor will decrypt the data, and the data will be retrieved at the other stage. So these are the main three stages, and how the data will be transferred. So how we can actually achieve a blockchain tech. I mean, how exactly can we include a blockchain into this? So this blockchain, this the main code data which is there, which want to send, will be stored in a block, and this block will be converted from one form to another form, which is nothing but encoding of the data. So this block will be transponded by the transponder, and travels through the air medium, and since the wave signal, air waves need a medium, and the receiver will receive it, decode it, and the block will be retrieved with its data in it. So these signals are radio waves and be transmitted by air medium, and in other cases the data is being utilized by IoT devices, which will receive the data, which is in our case UIOT devices, like UIOT in the sense all all the land, air, and water uh, IoT devices. Not like they work in land, air, and water, but the device IoT devices which are utilized in air, or in water, or or on land. So what is the use of this way of data transfer? Secure data transfer is one of the things, and there is no compromise in speed of data transfer, because uh, DSS do have LTT and NR in a single signal, so there won't be any kind of any form of latency which will be there. Uh, there can be latency, but it can be of LTE signal, because LTE signal uh, transmits more data than the NR. So since it's a 6G, sixth generation, which will be obviously uh, much more powerful, or way more faster than the 5G, which claims that it's faster than 5G is faster than 20 times faster than 4G. So 6G will be way more faster, and in that way we can um, have data transfers done quickly. And blockchains are very promising in this kind of uh, for defense purposes, or let's say our army satellite or etc. Needs to do something. So from land itself, they can send blockchain data which consists in the blockchain, and in that way the data is secured, and the transmissions will be better. And UIoT does also stand for space, and lower atmosphere satellites might be using it, because radio wave signals do need a medium to transfer. But in space, the medium is nothing but a vacuum. So the lower orbit satellites might be in use of this technology. Well, that's also not even a chance because uh, they also stay in vacuum. So that's it for this video, and thank you.